So I just returned from the Kern County Fair in Bakersfield, California. This county fair draws people from all over the county. The county has over 1 million people in it. Vendors come from all over the country to work these county fairs. Now, here's a little data about county fairs and trade shows that I thought you would find relevant. There's over 13,000 trade shows that take place every year. Of the people who attend a trade show, 75% have an interest in learning about a product or making a purchase of a product at that trade show. Now, it's fair to say at the county fair, that number may be a little bit lower because you have people who arrive. You have some people who arrive for the food, others who arrive for the rides, some who come for the drinks, some who come to hang out with friends and family, some who come for a concert. I get it. Not everybody at a county fair is coming to make a purchase. That I understand. However, those that make the conscious decision to walk through the exhibit hall typically fall in line with people who are looking for something of specific nature. Those that make the conscious decision, those that make the conscious effort to enter the exhibit hall, it's a fair assumption for us to say those people fall in line with the normal people who attend trade shows. They are looking for something. There is something that has sparked their interest to say, I'm going to go down the exhibit hall. For the sake of this video, we're going to treat the exhibit hall at a county fair and the general sales training from trade shows as one and the same. Here is my experience at the Kern County Fair. So I'm walking through the exhibit hall. I'm with my family. It's Friday evening, and we're having a good time. I love to go to county fairs. I love to go to exhibit halls. I love trade shows. I love it for sport. With all honesty, I want to see what products are out there, but I also want to see how people are selling. How are they marketing? What's their call to action? What's their freebie? I love that stuff. Walking down, and we're going to break down 5 mistakes I saw happen. I'll tell you the story, and I'll tell you the teaching point. Mistake number 1. Here it is. Mistake number 1. Do not be overly aggressive when reaching out to a prospect walking the exhibit hall. If you are overly aggressive in your approach to someone, you naturally create tension because this person's natural reaction is to become defensive. Example, I'm walking with my family, and now this vendor sells creams and sprays that help clean jewelry, TV screens, rings, watches, you name it. It's actually a pretty decent product. I ended up buying their competitors. Here's the deal. This spray is supposed to clean. This company's wow factor is, hey, let me show you what I can clean. Let me show you something on your body, right? Your earrings, your jewelry, your watch, your ring. I want to clean it for you. So as I'm walking, I'm not even close to this booth, but I see the product out the corner of my eye, and I make eye contact. The sales rep yells at me from across the ring, hey, nice watch. So I look, I'm like, thanks, appreciate it. Hey, take it off, let me see it. No, I'm okay. Have a good day. No, seriously, take your watch off. Let me see it. I'm okay. And she yells the same thing for the 3rd time. So after 3 attempts of her yelling at me to take my watch off and for her to see it, I got to be honest with you. Lady, my watch, it's an investment. I'm not just going to take my watch off and give it to you. I don't know you. And now, not only did you do that, you yelled at me after I subtly have said no numerous times. And you now have made a scene where people around me are looking at me and looking at my watch. I was incredibly uncomfortable. There was another way to have that discussion, completely another way to have that discussion. Here's the deal. When you see somebody you want to have a conversation with, you have to learn how to ask an open-ended question to get that person to stop and approach your booth. That's it. There's a lot of other tricks and tips that we get people to the booth. But for this example, if you're just going to shout at somebody, you better have a question. An open-ended question, and something that's going to gauge a conversation. Sometimes a simple hello and getting acknowledgement before you ask the open-ended question is really helpful. This vendor did the exact opposite. So aggressive that I naturally became defensive. And here's the thing. Like I said, I bought the product from their competitor. How did their competitor get me? So as I'm walking by with the competitor, I walk by his booth. He says, excuse me, sir, can I get your attention? Sure. How often do you clean your watch? I paused. I was like, I guess not often. He says, it's a really nice watch, man. I'm pretty sure I could make it look better. Do you mind if I show you how? I even told him no. And then he gave me a mini demonstration with his little spray napkin. I can't remember what he showed, a paper clip or something. I'm like, get out of here. So now we have a conversation. A few minutes in the conversation, he takes my watch. He cleans my watch. Oh, takes my wife's ring, cleans her ring. Oh, I end up buying his biggest package. Almost identical products. different sales approaches. So mistake number one, do not be overly aggressive. Don't be creepy. Don't make your prospect feel uncomfortable. They're not going to spend time with you. Mistake number two, never argue or put down your prospect. You see, in a trade show environment, you only have a few minutes to have a genuine conversation. You have a few minutes to make a meaningful impact and spark enough interest where someone says yes. If you spend that time either arguing, meaning you're defending your position, or insulting, I can't think of a better word other than insulting, or putting down or making your prospect feel dumb for a lack of knowledge on your product, you're not going to win your customer over. You see, customers don't know everything there is to know about your product or service. That is why they're at a trade show. That is why they're having a conversation with you. They're trying to get educated. So instead of arguing or putting a prospect down or making them feel silly for their lack of education, spend time listening. It's the number one skill that salespeople should have. And it's amazing to me that I saw numerous vendors in the trade show environment not listen. Just listen to what the person that you're speaking to has to say and find ways to educate this person and provide additional value to make them say, hey, I'm interested in buying your product. I'm interested in doing business with you. I'm interested in learning more. If you insult this person or put this person down or try to stick to your guns because you're right, they're wrong, you're not going to win a sale. Here's a story from the Kern County Fair. There is a really popular product on the market right now. It's called the Theragun, right? It's a massage gun, has a little ball on the end of it, and it helps with muscle fatigue, sore muscles, a bunch of cool stuff. Now, we see that in the big box office. Kid you not, this week I was looking to buy one. So I'm at the trade show and I'm walking and I see two vendors that have competitors to the Theragun. Competitor A, we'll talk about shortly. Competitor B is who I'm talking about right now. So competitor B, I walk up to the booth. I'm genuinely interested. There's no calling me over. I walk up, I'm like, hey man, let me take a look at this. So I come up, I say, hey, I have a question. Isn't this similar to the Theragun? Because that's all I know at this point in time. His immediate response when I say, isn't this similar to the Theragun? I don't know anything, literally nothing. He's like, yeah, but no. I'm like, okay, what do you mean? He's like, most people aren't educated in that process, so they don't understand it. Most people aren't educated on these products, so they don't fully understand the differences. Clearly, okay? So I ask, what are the differences? And his response, are you interested in one? All right, look, buddy, I don't want to feel any more sillier. You just told me that I'm not educated on the differences. I already know this. So why would you tell me this? Like, I get it. I understand. So I listened to his spiel. He explains a few things to me, completely set the tone off. He had some valuable stuff to share with me afterwards. But what I didn't like, our tone from the very beginning. He never asked a question on why I was interested. He knew his competitor. Hey, he could have simply said, Theragun's a great product. What is it do you like about that? Could have shared with him. And then he could have told me why his can do the same thing better. Never had that conversation. Made me feel silly for not knowing. And you know what? I didn't buy from him. The other competitor who I did buy from is this one, right? This thing, by the way, I should do a product review for this thing because it is freaking awesome. I mean, just look at that thing, dude. It is just jamming, right? Hits your muscles, super fun. Now, the reason I bought this one, that vendor, I asked the exact same question. I said, hey, isn't this similar to the Theragun? He turns around and says, similar in the aspect of it accomplishes the same thing. What are you hoping to accomplish if you were to buy a Theragun? I was genuinely impressed. And it was so casual. I was like, well, my muscles get really tight. He's like, hey, look, man, why don't you do this? And these things are amazingly damn near something. Here, let's talk about this. Do you mind if I put this on your shoulder? Sure. The moment this thing started hitting me and he started talking to me and asking me what I was looking to accomplish, clearly I bought one. So Chris from Zarifa, USA, great job, buddy. Legitimate, great job. You, my friend, best salesperson I saw in the whole trade show, the whole exhibit hall by far, simply because you asked the right questions. To the other guy, don't insult your customer. Don't make them feel silly. They're not going to buy. Mistake number 3, do not sell from the start of the conversation. Ask questions, gain understanding. In the last scenario with the Theragun, you clearly heard the valuable way the other sales rep asked questions and got me to buy a product. I saw vendors jumping right away to sell. They want to sell, they want to sell, they want to sell. This came on these little magnetic bracelets. Now, I didn't buy one, and I'm not here to say if they work or they don't work. I don't know. But I looked at the bracelet because I'm like, this is an opportunity for me to hear someone's sales pitch. And immediately started selling me on how amazing the bracelet is. It can get rid of this. It can get rid of asthma, diabetes, chronic pain, a bunch of other stuff. He just listed everything that this bracelet can get rid of. Fun fact, it was also listed behind him on the trade show display sign. Literally said, this bracelet gets rid of this. I paused because I thought the bracelet looked cool. That was it. Not once did he ask me a question. Not once did he ask me if I was experiencing any of the symptoms. He just started selling. Needless to say, that conversation didn't last long, nor did I buy one. So if you're in the trade show and someone stops by to talk to you, don't just start selling. You're not going to win, okay? Have a conversation. You clearly heard me say it multiple times. Ask questions. Mistake number 4. You ever see those big fish bowls at trade shows where everyone drops in a business card or they fill out a little brochure, name, phone number, email? Hey, get here, sign up for this free raffle. You can win this $10,000 unit. You can win whatever it is you're raffling. Look, lead magnets like that, let's be honest, they're a thing of the past. Lead magnets like that worked in 2005, maybe even 2010. They don't work anymore. Using that as a lead magnet, fill this out, you may win this beautiful raffle prize, and I'm gonna call you 100 times later. That doesn't work. Matter of fact, as a salesperson, you shouldn't wanna spend your time calling somebody unless they're genuinely interested in buying your product. Same trade show. Guys were selling these amazing, comfortable chairs. And at the end, the chairs were amazing, pretty expensive, but it was, hey, would you like to sign up for our raffle? With all honesty, no, I don't want to sign up for a raffle. Why? Because the odds are not in my favor. And 2, I don't want you to call me. I don't want to be on an email list. I don't want a phone call. I don't want a text message. If I was genuinely interested, you should have continued the conversation. And that was the mistake I saw. People were so comfortable, and there was numerous vendors doing this, so comfortable with using these fish bowls of business cards and names and phone numbers to win raffles that nobody really took the time to say, hey, is this the right fit? Hey, can we schedule an appointment? My calendar is really busy next week. Let's schedule a time to talk about this later if you're not prepared to make a decision today. When you're using the fishbowl as a lead magnet and you're trying to get someone to just give you their name, phone number so you can call them later, you're just giving yourself more work. So find out if this person is genuinely interested. Find out if this person is genuinely interested and move that process along. Number 5, the 5th mistake that I saw at the Kern County Fair this year. Spending too much time with an unqualified prospect. Now, I got to be honest with you. This was not me. I was not the unqualified prospect, but I saw the vendor having this discussion where a prospect clearly said, hey, this is completely out of my budget, not interested. I got to be honest with you, I wasn't even thinking of this type of investment. The company was selling pots and pans, and these pots and pans are a definite investment. A couple thousands of dollars is like a complete set. And the person was having the conversation. They were interested. They discussed. I'm completely observing it, having a conversation, sharing some needs. So far, it's a great sales process. Gets to pricing. The guy literally says, got to be honest with you, I think this is great. That is over my budget. I'm not prepared to spend that today. I don't even think I can afford to spend that anytime in the future. And the prospect tells him, I don't want to waste any more of your time. This is way over what I'm looking for. You have 2 choices right there as a salesperson. You can A, acknowledge that and realize there's 20 other people around your booth. Or B, you can fight for that 10% chance that you may close this person and give them buyer's remorse because you closed them so hard. Now, I get this. I know there's some salesperson watching right now like, dude, hardcore, close them, trap them in the corner, make a sale. I get that. That died, literally. That died when the Wolf of Wall Street was making sales. Like, that is old, right? We want people to be lifelong customers. If someone's telling you no right now, they're not telling you no forever. And if someone is respectful enough to tell you, hey, this is significantly over my budget, I don't want to spend any more time, or I don't want to waste any more of your time, take the opportunity and find a way to develop a relationship and move along to the next prospect. A couple different ways you could handle that. Hey, man, I completely understand. Is it okay if I share some lower options for you, or are you really looking just for a complete set? Option A. Option B, hey, I completely understand. Look, I can try to follow up with you later. There's no guarantees we're always going to connect, but here's my card. Come back and visit me when you're ready. And let this fish go to the ocean. Because you had 20 other fish around your booth. This sales rep stood there and kept talking about how valuable their product was. Look at the type of steel. Look at the quality food you can create. It's healthier. We have investment options. We have interest-free financing. There's all these discussions that were taking place, and I'm cringing because I am a potential customer. I was literally sitting there looking at a wok. I don't do tons of cooking, But it was cool. Maybe he would have sold them to me had he just taken the time to speak. But he didn't. He spent so much time trying to convince this person why today was the best deal. And this person numerous times said that and walked away. No information exchange, no pleasantries exchange. I can guarantee when that person goes to buy a set of pots and pans, it's not going to be from that company because we didn't foster and develop the relationship. Now, you as a salesperson, if you're working a booth, fast pace, fast action. The moment a prospect isn't the right prospect, they're not qualified, they're not genuinely interested, they're not the right fit, move on. Hey, thank you, I appreciate it. Move on. Your time is valuable too. So you as the vendor, protect your time and spend time with people who are going to give you the biggest return on your investment of your time. So those are the 5 mistakes. Trade shows across the country, whether you're at a county fair or you're at a specialized show, the 5 mistakes you want to avoid, rapid fire. 1, don't be aggressive. 2, never argue or insult your prospect. 3, don't sell your stuff from the start. 4, don't use the fishbowl of referrals as a true lead source. 5, don't spend too much time with the wrong prospect. Simple as that, guys. So here's the deal. If you found any value in today's show, dude, smash that like button. Be sure to subscribe. And listen, if you're a vendor that's working in sales and you're looking to improve your sales process, come join me in the Catapulting Commissions Academy. There's a link below in the description. Jump on. We're accepting applications right now. I'd love to hear more from you. I'm Anthony Garcia. This is Catapulting Commission Sales Talk, and I'll see you next week.